What is the RareScanner add-on and why do you need it? In this very short video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. Stick around. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jair, I'm your host here. In these times, pre-expansion, pre-Shadowlands, while we are all hunting for rares in Icecrown, this video had to be made because I discovered a wonderful add-on called RareScanner. A lot of you already know about it, but for those of you who don't, and for those of you who are into gearing their alts, I think this advice will be very timely, and I think we need to do it right now before it's too late. But RareScanner add-on is very simple. It's similar to Azeroth Autopilot. You don't have to do much about it, you just need to know how to use it. You go to CurseForge, you download the add-on, you install it into your World of Warcraft interface add-ons folder, the normal manual way as I do it normally. I do not use any other software that manages my add-ons, that's just how I roll. And when it's active, it simply pops up on the screen information about the rare that might have spawned on the map somewhere in the zone where you currently are. So if you are in Icecrown, you're just flying around, doing your own things, minding your own business, and the next rare Icecrown NPC spawned, add-on will pop up very nicely in a very nice UI kind of representation, showing to you the model of the NPC, showing to you what drops this NPC has for you, and the name. And on the map itself, the add-on constantly projects the icons. So the icons are those little skulls, I guess they're skulls, and different colors correspond to, basically they tell you, you mouse over them and they tell you everything you need to know. They just tell you if you have discovered this NPC, this rare yet, or you have not discovered it. Slightly different color, the yellowish one is the one that contributes in terms of Icecrown rares to the achievement, to the Frostbitten achievement of killing certain number of particular very rare NPCs across Northrend, where Icecrown obviously is as a zone. And that's about it. It's wonderful simply because while we are gearing up our alts before Shadowlands, if you decide to do this, you might as well make it easy for you. That's why, in my opinion, you need it. If I have to say a minuscule disclaimer here, look, need is a very relative word. Some people don't need much. Some people can live in bushes. They don't need running water and they don't need electricity. But in my opinion, in the modern day and age, it's much easier to live with electricity and drive a car with automatic transmission and to have RareScanner add-on. That's why I think you need it, subjectively. Let me know in the comments down below if you're already using it, if you're loving it, and if there is anything you have to say about it. One extra thing that I'd like to say about RareScanner, and that's one thing probably extra, maybe slightly less obvious, is that while RareScanner is running, and you left Icecrown, for example, that only has those rares, and it's okay in terms of how much noise, how much visual noise you get on the map with the default settings. But when you go back to Dazar'alor, or when you go back to Boralas, or when you go back to normal lands, basically, of your faction somewhere else, this RareScanner will go off completely in a crazy way and point out everything on the map that you may or may not need. It will show every little piece of gear, every little box, every little nook and cranny that you never even knew existed, and you certainly don't need it now. So all I'm suggesting to you is please don't be shy, explore the extra options there in terms of visibility of what would you like to enable on your screen, and that way you would be able to basically tell the add-on, don't bother me with chests, don't bother me with some NPCs that have spawned but no longer spawning. There are all sorts of different settings, take a look, take your time. But I do absolutely recommend that if you are currently gearing up your alts, there is simply no reason for you not to use RareScanner add-on. Also, it is my understanding currently that the add-on is already fitted. Well, you would need to update it probably if there is a new version available once Shadowlands launches, but my understanding is that it is currently absolutely perfectly suitable for Shadowlands. So we will still be traveling around Shadowlands, and what is important and where it becomes necessary, this add-on, is that because of scarcity of loot in Shadowlands generally, at least on the way to the end game, towards the end game, which you might take your time, but you would still like a piece of gear, an extra piece of gear here and there. I know I would. So RareScanner will assist us, both you and I, in finding those rares as we're just questing. as we're just questing in Bastion, in Maldraxxus, in any of the other zones, videos of which some of them are already released on my channel, but I encourage you to start preparing for Shadowlands now. Start looking up videos about the Plaguefall dungeon, about the Necrotic Wake dungeon, about questing in Bastion, about that kind of stuff, because all of that is less than 2 weeks away, my friends. And that is all I wanted to tell you about in this really short video. As promised, please subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like the video, YouTube algorithm likes this kind of stuff. And I'll be speaking with you very shortly again, very soon. See you later. Enjoy RareScanner. Bye.